Yep, told you so. Trump indicted by a federal grand jury. Those indictments, well, I'll let you know. But first, Trump's response.
Very sadly, we're a nation in decline, and yet they go after a popular president, a president that got more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country, by far, and did much better the second time in the election than the first. And they go after him on a boxer's hoax, just like the Russia hoax and all of the others. It's just been going on for 7 years. They can't stop because it's election interference at the highest level. There's never been anything like what's happened. I'm an innocent man. I'm an innocent person. They had the Mueller hoax, the Mueller report, and that came out, no collusion after 2.5 years. That was set up by Hillary Clinton and Democrats. But this is what they do. This is what they do so well. If they would devote their energies to honesty and integrity, it would be a lot better for our country. They could do a lot better. They could do a lot of great things. But when you look at what's happened to our country in the last 3 years, we were energy independent. We had a strong military that wasn't woke. We were doing so well. We were respected all over the world. Got the biggest tax cuts in history, biggest regulation cuts in history. And what do? You have a president where an election was taken, got more votes than any sitting president in history by far, never anything even close. And they come after me because now we're leading in the polls again by a lot, against Biden and against the Republicans by a lot. But we're leading against Biden by a lot, a tremendous amount. And we went up to a level that they figure the way they're going to stop us is by using what's called warfare. And that's what it is. This is warfare for the law. And we can't let it happen. We can't let it happen. Our country is going to hell. And they come after Donald Trump.
Yeah, they come after Donald Trump because Donald Trump provided the ammunition for them to come after him with. It is ironic that Trump is basically saying, hey, listen, guys, I won best dressed. I was most popular in high school. This is why they're coming after me. Remember, he ran on the platform of lock her up, literally saying that he would, in fact, weaponize the powers that be against a political opponent. And then when in office, he attempted to barter your money, my money, taxpayer money, in order to get another nation to investigate an American citizen. Yeah, there's more.
Weaponizing the Justice Department, weaponizing the FBI. We can't let this continue to go on because it's ripping our country to shreds. We have such big problems, and this shouldn't be one of them. It's a hoax. The whole thing is a hoax, just like Russia, just like the fake dossier was a hoax. You saw the Durham report. You saw the Mueller report. It was all a big hoax. You had 2 impeachments, and they lost and we won. And we had tremendous support. But that was a hoax and a scam. And now they're doing it again. It's just a continuation, 7 years, even after I'm out. But it's called election interference. They're trying to destroy your reputation so they can win an election. That's just as bad as doing any of the other things that have been done over the last number of years, and especially during the 2020 election. So I just want to tell you, I'm an innocent man. I did nothing wrong. And we will fight this out just like we've been fighting for 7 years. It would be wonderful if we could devote our full time to making America great again. And that's exactly what we did. But now, again, our country is in decline. We're a failing nation. And this is what they do. I'm an innocent man. We will prove that again. 7 years of proving it. And here we go again. Very unfair. But that's the way it is. I just want to thank everybody. We are doing something very special for our country. We're putting America first. I always put America first. And that's why we were in a position. Unfortunately, that position is no longer valid because they've done such a poor job. But we're in a position where we're going to make America great again. I'm innocent, and we will prove that very, very soundly and hopefully very quickly. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Made in China is always America first, according to him. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Former President Donald Trump is now winning again. He is the first former president, to be indicted by a federal grand jury. He's been indicted on 7 counts in the special counsel's classified documents probe, a stunning development that marks the first time a former president has faced federal charges. Trump is facing a charge under the Espionage Act. I talked about this a few months ago. His attorney, Jim Trusty, said on CNN Thursday, as well as charges of obstruction of justice, destruction or falsification of records, conspiracy, and false statements. Now, at some point, Donald Trump is going to realize what they have charged him with correlates to what they have recorded him saying. I don't know if he's aware of this or not, but Jack Smith, the person who was brought in to prosecute, not to investigate. I said that on day one. You bring Jack Smith in to do one thing, that is to land the indictment and to prosecute. So his fate was pretty much sealed by the time he came in. Now, Jack Smith comes in, he investigates. He has a way, a style that every prosecutor does. The charges that you see right now associated with Trump are charges that will likely be substantiated by way of surveillance, direct conversation, or messaging. It will not be simply he said, she said as evidence against Trump. Guarantee you that. There's more. The special counsel has been investigating Trump's handling of classified information that were brought to his Mar-a-Lago, Florida resort after he left the White House in 2021, as well as possible obstruction of the investigation and government efforts to retrieve the material. Now, what does that have to do with the charges? If you can prove that Donald Trump was aware that the documents were in fact classified, and yes, that's easy, then you can possibly prove that he acted in a way outside of the realm of good faith. Meaning, when they said, listen, return these documents, it's not that he didn't check the email or didn't get the phone call or nobody told him. He may have engaged literally in trying to hide them even more. Or could it be something even more sinister than that? The federal indictment is the second time that Donald Trump has been charged criminally this year. In April, the Manhattan District Attorney charged Trump with 34 counts of falsifying business documents. But the indictment from the special counsel marks a new and more perilous legal phase for a former president who was running for president again in 2024 while facing criminal charges in 2 jurisdictions, and with 2 additional investigations into his conduct still underway. So let me tell you how I think this would play out. One, I think he gets indicted again. I think he gets indicted this month or next month by the grand jury in Fulton County. That's going to be an election tampering charge. I also believe he eventually gets charged by the state of New York. I think that's going to happen as well. And his business or civil lawsuits, those will absolutely never go away. The charges against Donald Trump come just 7 months since Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed Jack Smith as a special counsel after Trump announced he was running for president. In order to keep the investigation independent from the Biden Justice Department, now Trump will face federal charges from the special counsel at the same time that he's trying to unseat President Joe Biden in next year's presidential election. Let's put up the judge. Who's the judge overseeing this process? Well, that's federal judge Eileen Cannon. Who is she? A Trump-appointed judge. Yes, this Trump-appointed judge will be assigned to oversee at least the initial stage of Trump's classified documents case in Miami, Florida. All right, so if you're Trump and you know you're not guilty, you know you're actually innocent, this is a good thing, right? Because the judge is a person that Trump appointed. But Trump knows good and damn well he's guilty. Trump knows good and damn well he did it. And Trump is well aware of what this evidence would bear out to be. That's why he wants to make this about everything but the evidence. That he's good for America. That he's the only one that can save America. It's kind of a nullification argument against the reality of his criminal conduct. You know, the Republican Party at one point was all about taking, personal responsibility. Pull yourself up by your bootstrap. If you don't want it, don't do it. If you don't want the child, don't have sex. That's the Republican Party, right? All of a sudden, here comes a white man named Donald Trump who takes responsibility for nothing, and they celebrate him like he's the new Messiah. My dear brother, thoughts here?
Well, I'll say this, Donald Trump's strategy is not without merit, right? To the average person who's sort of watching this on TV play out, Russiagate went on and on, and it was like this huge deal, and nothing came of it. Then there was the impeachment, and nothing came of it. And then there was the second impeachment, and nothing came of it, right? And so to the sort of low information voter, to borrow a term that I don't really even like that much, this could seem like just another one in the line of those. However, this one is different, guys. This is the feds. They don't just indict people for the fun of it. They indict people when they know they can win. Notably, after Mueller was done with his investigation, he did not recommend the case to the Justice Department. He said, y'all probably not gonna be able to adjudicate this in court and win on the grounds that you would like to, so just leave it alone. This is something different. They got this guy kind of dead to rights of knowing he had classified documents. The feds come in and say, can you please hand over all the classified documents that you have? Him lying, not forking it over, and them coming in and just take it. They got the guy. Now, maybe he'll plead out and won't see any jail time or whatever. But I think if there is a concept of rule of law applying to every single citizen of this country, it's important that even if he pleads out, that man goes into a court of law and says, yes, I committed crimes, 100%.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we will update as it updates.